Let me now introduce you to the next speaker. When I asked her how she connects herself with nature, she said that nature inspires her to keep trying and growing and putting in a lot of efforts in spite of failures. And no doubt, she has completed 4 levels and is on her final leg to complete the path. She likes to get inspired by the plants and trees around her that keeps growing naturally. Her speech has been mentored by Toastmaster Siddharth Churiwal. And with a huge round of applause, let us all welcome Toastmaster Pooja with her speech titled, The Echo. The Echo, Toastmaster Pooja, the virtual podium is yours.
Pooja, you can't do it. Yes, I can. This constant battle would keep echoing in my mind ever since my childhood days. Always assuming the worst, thinking of all situations where I could fail, all boiling down to one single thing. Maybe I'm not good enough. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Be it getting my first full-time job, be it achieving silver medal at the state university, be it taking up leadership roles, or be it sitting for CAT twice, I have always fought this fear and lifted myself up, giving my best, challenging myself. Giving up and sulking in pain is always the easier option, but it takes immense courage to challenge yourself again and again. I realized this at a tender age that the only way I could fight this feeling was to first be my own life's leader. Well, unless you lead your life in the direction you want it to, how can you lead others, right? So, looking back today, I want to share with you in short glimpses where I fought this fear and chose to show leadership. The first story begins when I was 11 years old. My family was going through major financial crisis. My grandmother was in coma for 4 months. I had an infant brother who was 3 years old, and my dad was being posted outside Kolkata for work. I wanted to help, but how? My dad was apprehensive of leaving. That's when I decided I need to first leave the organization called home. Though that fear of not being good enough crept in, I went up to my dad and said, Dad, don't worry, I'll take care of everything. My dad replied, Great. Both my parents laughed at me seeing the sudden revelation, but then my mom insisted for him to take the big opportunity. I took a forefront back then, and since then I have kept leading the organization called Home and never looked back. Well, charity begins at home, right? I have maintained the bank accounts, made the insurance payments, electricity payments, bargained for all the supplies, electronics, get all the documents in place, and get all the repair work done. My father was always there to supervise me, but this kind of small contribution pushed me out of my comfort zone and made me tap courage for the very first time. In hindsight, this helped me a lot when I moved to Jaipur for college, where I had absolutely no one and I had to manage every single thing on my own. Be it finalizing on a PG, paying my college fees, applying for a 100% scholarship. Fortunately, this helped me in school as well when I was the captain of my inter-school table tennis team. We were in the finals of the tournament, where if we won, we would go to the nationals. Both the team had won one match each, and we had to win two more matches to win the tournament. The next match was a doubles match, and both of my team members were quite underconfident. I myself was nervous, and I saw the fear echoing in again. But instead of sulking, I gathered courage and I sat down with them, discussed a strategy to play, and motivated them throughout. Finally, they won. But then another member lost the match. Now, it was time for my match. It was time to motivate myself and for the leader in me to walk the way. It was indeed a difficult match where my mind constantly kept questioning my capabilities. But I fought and fought. And ladies and gentlemen, I did end up winning that match that year, and we made it to the nationals for the very first time. It was one of the most cherishable moments of my life. There have been many more instances where I have led the way, like in my trekking trips where we got lost in the jungle and I calmed my fellow members down and led them out of the forest, or being the Vice President Education at Kolkata Toastmasters Club when the previous VP had left in between and I was to achieve all the education goals of the club, or being Sergeant at Arms at Rotary International where we led many charitable activities all throughout the year. But now, coming to the main story of this project, my personal favorite, when I was the head in charge of our college's cultural organization for 1 year. After winning the award for Miss Charm in 2015, which is again a story where I fought with my fear, I was assigned to conduct the freshers competition, select people for inter-college events, see if new students are enrolling in cultural clubs, conduct meetings with their heads, check the allocated budgets, and inform the principal about everything. It was an incredibly exciting task, but difficult at the same time, as some clubs had seniors who were neither willing to work nor wanting to give up their position. Now, the Inter-College Fest was coming, where multiple colleges compete for different parameters for the Outstanding College of the Year award. For that, we had to win 6 out of 10 competitions. The preparation would start from the beginning of the year with the banners and hoardings for invitations for participation, followed by internal college freshers competition, selecting the debate team, drama team, dance team, music team, photography team, and all others. The teachers were there to guide me and act as judges for the selection. They advised me how to tackle stubborn students. They pinpointed my mistakes when I missed few guidelines and the deadlines as well. My team of 7 had kept an hour after college for students to come report any issues they faced while being a part of the club or give feedback about our functioning. We received feedback like there was groupism, favoritism in certain clubs for which proper knowledge sharing wasn't being imparted. To redress this, we contacted old college alumni to teach and guide those clubs. They were more than happy to help. In that way, any bias was also eliminated. At the end, before the final competition, the principal was called to see all those performances. She was quite happy with the result. Now, on the day of the competition, we faced many challenges like allocation of insufficient green rooms, haphazard scheduling by the inter-college organizing committee, delay in delivery of props. The teachers were quite apprehensive, and 2 of them even criticized us for inefficiency. They said, "What will you guys do? You should have been prepared for this." Again, I saw my fear echoing in. I saw those fear creeping, and I thought, what should I do? But then I said to myself, I am ready. We each took up a task one at a time, and slowly and steadily we got things in place. That year we won 7 out of 10 competitions, and we gloriously won the Outstanding College of the Year award after a span of 7 years. It was the most proud moment for all of us. The entire college, including the owner, principal ma'am, and those cynical teachers, congratulated all of us for this incredible victory. So you see, leadership can be done both in big and small ways. I had started my leadership journey ever since I was a little child. When I did not have the power and position, I tried to help in the best way possible. And when I did get the position, I tried to make the most out of it. From the beginning to the end, this 360-degree journey, along with constructive feedback, helped me become a better version of myself. As it is said, a leader is not born, it is made. So be humble, motivating, solution-oriented, driven towards any challenge that comes your way. Don't succumb to those fears, those egos. Always put up a fight. Have an open mind to various possibilities, and my dear friends, I assure you, you will definitely find the amazing leader in you. What do you think, Toastmaster of the Day?